This video tutorial is all about how Microsoft Project handles durations of tasks and calendars for resources. So when we think about our task durations, we talk about days, we talk about weeks, we can talk about months. We need to give Project the guidelines on what these terms actually mean. How many hours are in a workday? How many hours are in the work week? And how many days are in that working month? Microsoft Project takes everything down to a base unit of minutes to do its calculations. So these values are quite important to work out how long things are going to take for the project. Now, once we set up the defaults, we then need to set up the availability of our resources to do the work. So when can they do the work? What times during that workday? When are they available? Which days of the week? And what days off do they have? So let's jump over to Microsoft Project and we'll set these up. The example that we're looking at, we're going to set up for a 12-hour workday for a shift that's working 8 days on with 6 days off. So the first place we need to go to set up the defaults is Backstage. So go to the File tab and to Options. The area that we're looking at is the schedule. At the moment, you can see that the defaults are set up for an 8 o'clock start in the morning, 5 o'clock finish in the evening, and assuming a 1-hour break for lunch, that means there's 8 hours of work in the day, 40 hours of work in a week, and there's a 20-day working month, assuming that Saturdays and Sundays are non-working time. Now, for Project to do the calculations correctly, we need to set up the default start times to match our 12-hour day working our 8 to 6 roster. So the first thing I'll do is I'll set the start time in the morning at 6 a.m. and the end time is going to be at 6 p.m. which means I've got 12 hours of work during the day. With that 8-day working week, it gives me 96 hours worth of work available, and I'm going to set the month to be 30 days. So once I've done there, I hit OK, and the next thing I need to do is to tell Microsoft Project what's the calendar going to be, the availability for our resources. So I can set up multiple calendars. The way to do that is go to Project and go to Change Working Time. Now at the moment, the calendar is set up as a standard project calendar, which shows the work times from 8 a.m. to 12, and then from 1 to 5 to capture that 8-hour workday. Now that's not actually what our shift's working, so I need to change those values. Now I can change those values here in the standard project calendar. It's always a good idea to make a copy of the calendar you're working on. If anything goes wrong, you can always go back to the base calendar. And other base calendars that are available are a 24-hour calendar and a night shift calendar. So I'm going to create a new calendar, and it's going to be based on the standard calendar. And I'm going to call this my 12-hour day shift calendar. Now I have to set up the work times because, as you can see, they're still the same as they were before. So I go into my work weeks, and in the default calendar, I change the details. Now I want to set the work times for all of the days of the week. So Monday is selected. If I hold down Shift and select Sunday, it will grab all the days in between, and then I can set these days to these specific work times. So I click into the first one, and I'm going to make that a 6 a.m. start. I'll leave that as a 12 p.m. finish, and in the afternoon break, I'll start that from 12:30, and I'll run that through to 6 p.m. 12:30, change the second one, and change that to 6 p.m. I hit OK, and there you can see the times have changed, 6 to 12, 12:30 to 6, which is great. The other thing I need to set up is the exceptions. So I need to set up the days off, and my days off actually start on a Wednesday and they go through to the following Monday. So I need to do this in 2 stages, Wednesday through to Saturday, and I'll change the details of those. So I need to do it in 2 stages, Wednesday to Saturday and then Sunday through to Monday, because if I did them all in one, it would put all the days into 1 week. I need it to start in 1 week and then continue into the following week. So I'll set these up as a weekly recurrence, recurring every 2 weeks. So my days off for this group, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and in the next group, if you can imagine, a Sunday and a Monday following on from there. So it's going to start on Wednesday the 17th. It's going to end after 1 occurrences. Well, I'm going to set it up so that you can go to the maximum being 999. So I know that my entire project time is going to be covered. I don't have to think about it. So hit OK. So that's Wednesday to Saturday done. As you can see, those non-working days appear in the calendar, 17, 18, 19, 20. So the next group is the Sunday through to the Monday. And I'm going to start that not on the 17th. I need to change that to the Sunday. So I change it to Sunday the 21st and then go and do the details. So once again, a weekly. It's going to recur every 2nd week, and the days off are going to be the Sunday and the Monday, and I'm going to end this after 999 occurrences as well. So hit OK, and now you can see there's my complete block of 6 days off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 the following Monday. If I go down to the next month's calendar, you can see that the pattern has repeated and continues to repeat. So that's good. That's my calendar set up. So if I select one of the working days, I can see that it's 6 a.m. to 12, 12:30 to 6. Now, when I set up my initial options, I told it that it was working a 12-hour day. So if I say there's a 1-day duration, it means that there's 12 hours going to be 12 hours worth of work assigned to that duration. When I do that, my people are only working 11.5 hours in that day. So that means some of that task is going to be left over to the next day. Now I can fix that by mapping my 12-hour shift down to 11.5 hours, which is the actual work hours that these people are working. So I've got an options button here, which will take me straight back into the schedule options I was before. I'm going to leave the default start and end times the same, but I'm going to change the actual hours to 11.5 so it matches the actual work that can be done in the day, and I'm going to change that to 92 hours to take into account those half-hour breaks for each of those 8 days. And once I've done there, I hit OK, and my calendar is set up ready to use. So I've set up my defaults, calculation durations, and I've set up my calendars to match. I hope this video tutorial has been useful. If you need any more assistance, you can contact ATI-Mirage through our website, www.ati-mirage.com.au, and we'll be bringing you more video tutorials on different subjects, including some more on Microsoft Project. Thank you for watching.